So coming off the previous chapter with Yuji and Maru trying to figure out how they're going to save humanity essentially by like removing cursed energy from it, they come to the conclusion that it's nearly impossible to completely eliminate cursed energy from people in general. Like not just from Japanese people, but people all over the world. Because people overseas do emit cursed energy, but it's incredibly faint compared to Japanese people. And as for why that is, Yuji says that you just can't completely get rid of cursed energy. That's just our fate as human beings. So I guess that's the most explanation that we're going to get from Gege about how this works. Cursed energy is just something that exists in this world. I guess it always has. It's just a part of human biology, or I guess just a part of the universe in general, since, you know, the Sumerians have it as well, and that you just can't completely get rid of it. So what they're going to do is just reduce everyone, including the Japanese, to have just this faint amount of cursed energy. And that way, even though it's still going to leak out of people and go to certain places, it will only produce 5 or less cursed spirits per year, which is, you know, insane compared to what it normally would have been. So that's the compromise that they have to come to with trying to save humanity and bring peace between the humans and the Sumerians. Now also keep in mind that current sorcerers, you know, like Yuka, Tsurugi, the Sumerians, they're not going to be altered. It's just everyone else that isn't a sorcerer, so, you know, 99.999% of the population, and then everyone born after that will just have faint amounts of cursed energy, and there will never be sorcerers again. Now that also raises an issue because there's still going to be cursed spirits, you know, 5 or less, but still there's going to be no resistance against them since there will be no sorcerers left. Well, eventually. And Yuji says, leave that part to me. As long as I have the time I've been given, which he says is around 300 more years, I could deal with it before the next generation. So how is he going to deal with that? I guess he's just going to go around being a janitor and just finding where these specific cursed spirits are on Earth and then taking care of them. And then as for what's going to happen after he's gone, I guess he's going to foster some kind of way for the future generations to take care of them, maybe through technology or whatever. I don't think it's going to be explained further than this. Maybe we'll get a little glimpse of this in the final chapter, which this chapter is not, by the way. I think we have like 2 more chapters before the ending, I'm assuming. But yeah, that's what Yuji is going to do here. Now that's cool and all, but it doesn't solve the problem between the Sumerians and the humans, because the Sumerians are staying on Earth. They're not like leaving or anything. So to make it so that the Rumelians are cool with cursed spirits being killed, even though it's 5 or less, they still would have issues with it. They need to figure out why the Rumelians see cursed spirits as Kalians. And Maru finds this out by, like, I guess, telepathically connecting with the old Kalian on the ship. And he finds out that they all have the same colored souls. Because apparently every being, I guess in the universe as well, have, like, colored souls, and they vary, of course. But between the cursed spirits, Kalians, and Rumelians, they all have the same colored souls. So that's why Rumelians see cursed spirits as Kalians, and why Kalians attack everyone that aren't Rumelians. So, to fix that, along with altering everyone to be non-sorcerers, or to just emit a faint amount of cursed energy, Maru, using his curse techniques, along with the buffs that work synergistically together that we established in the previous chapter, Mahito's curse technique, Rika's ring with the Kotsu's cursed energy, and the Mull, he's going to reshape Purgatory itself, or as he says, the place where all souls on Earth pass through. And it's like a two-way street. I guess when people die, they pass through here, and when people are born, they pass through here as well. He says he's going to change this place into a device that can split and reshape souls, and scatter the color of souls, adjust their forms, and wipe out as much cursed energy as possible. So that's 2 birds with 1 stone. This place will facilitate a way to change people so that no sorcerers are ever born again. They only emit faint amount of cursed energy, and their souls will be altered so that Rumelians don't see cursed spirits as Kalians anymore. And I guess that also means that Kalians won't see Rumelians as allies anymore either. But I don't know, maybe we'll get to that, maybe we won't, maybe it doesn't even matter. So yeah, that's the long and the short of it. That's how Yuji and Maru are going to fundamentally break the series as well as end it forever. Altering Purgatory into a soul-altering cleansing device. Now, after this, we're just speed running the rest of these plot lines here. So remember Dborah versus Mahoraga? That's over now. Maru, using his curse technique Harmony, which is extremely buffed from the stuff that we were just talking about, is able to teleport Dborah from the fight to Africa. So when he goes there, Miguel's tribe gives Dborah a strand of the black rope, a cursed tool that can nullify curse techniques. We saw this in the original series. This was also set up earlier on in the series, and this is a way to break the curse that the Deskunte tribe chief put on Dborah's sister to keep him in check. So now that he has this, that's gone. His sister's safe. He doesn't have to worry about her anymore. And with that, his role here is essentially done, because he says that he came to Earth to honor his promise to Dborah, which was to keep the Rebellion safe. And now that they are safe, he doesn't really need to be there anymore. Because, he's the only Deskunte here, I guess, besides his sister, and the rest of them are Rebellions. And they always had conflict anyway. So Maru, once again, using his Harmony Curse technique, is going to, send Dborah back to Samuria. Or at least I'm pretty sure that's the implication here. I don't think he's just giving them the ship to take back. I think he's just somehow teleporting Dborah and his sister light years with this crazy curse technique powered up by the other stuff back to Samuria. Because now that that curse is broken, he doesn't have to worry about the chief. And I guess the implication here is that he's going to kill him and then take over as chief and then I don't know, try to reshape Samuria or something. Who knows? Maybe we'll find out, maybe we won't. But I think that's the implication here. Now, as for what was going on with him versus Mahoraga, it's essentially null and void, since he's going to leave Earth now. Because this was actually foreshadowed, believe it or not, in Chapter 16. After Tsurugi and Maru have the first round of their fight, Tsurugi says, even if it's just Dborah who leaves, that's fine. I doubt the range of a curse technique can extend beyond the planet, just like with his sister's death curse. So if Dborah leaves Earth, then the ritual Yuka staked her life on will become void. And that's exactly what happens. Now that Dborah is off Earth, Mahoraga's okay, I guess the fight's over, and then I guess he just goes back to the Ten Shadows realm or whatever, and then Yuka doesn't die. Meaning that, we don't get to see the resolution between that fight. We don't get to see what Dborah's reverse curse technique is. We don't get to see what his domain expansion does. And, this is just part of the course for Gege's writing. He did this a bunch in the original series, too, so it just is what it is. Like Yuji says, it doesn't matter. But, it's heavily implied that Dborah was going to kill Mahoraga with the domain expansion anyway, so, whatever. So then after this, once again, we are just going forward in time, and Maru, once again, using his curse technique, or reverse curse technique, or a combo of the both, or a combo of many abilities here, is just instantly healing everyone that needs to be healed. He's healing Yuka's brain tumor. He's healing Cross. He's healing Tsurugi, and he's even healing Usami. So they're all fine now. The stakes are gone. Then he has one last goodbye with Yuji, and he's okay, well then, we'll both do our own thing. You've got it from here. Nod back to Nanami. And they both just leave. And Yuji goes to be, I guess, Curse Spirit Janitor and continues to be emo or whatever. Then we cut forward in time, and Maru is just suddenly hovering above Tokyo. And the implication here is that he's going to kill every single cursed spirit in Tokyo, because he essentially has to at this point. If they're going to get to the point of where 5 or less cursed spirits are born every year, he needs to start now by wiping out where the vast majority of cursed spirits on Earth are, which is in Tokyo. And also, they can have Tokyo back and rebuild it and whatnot. So then I guess his curse technique once again summons people that he needs to accomplish this, and the first person is Cross. And this makes sense because Cross also has Harmony and Chaos curse technique, and they can just work together. And then Yuka and Tsurugi come as well, because I guess Maru needs them for emotional support or something. They're honestly not needed here. But other than that, I guess they just come here because, they are the main characters of this series, or at least Maru, Yuka, and Tsurugi all share the title of main character or whatever. Some less than others, but, this is just how shonen series have to be, I guess, and they all hold hands. Some people love this, some people hate it, and they all work together to kill all of the cursed spirits in Tokyo, and that's where the chapter ends. Yeah, this is an extremely polarizing chapter in the community, and I think it always will be for sure. You either love it or you hate it, or maybe there's just people that accept it for what it is, like me. Like I said in the very first chapter review for this, I'm still scarred by how the original series ended, and that hasn't changed. It's kind of just doing the same thing that it did before. So, it is what it is. I'm not mad at it, not happy with it. I'm kind of ambivalent towards this, to be honest. But let me know what you think about it in the comments, guys. And if you like the video, please leave it a like and please subscribe if you haven't already. Have a great day, and I'll see you in the next one.